Ah, okay, there has been an actual update for Swaggo, so I'll just put that on screen. We've got another Hero of Legend announced, Katarn. Well, maybe not announced, but he's on the Swaggo server. Attacker, Jedi, Rebel Fighter. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. Highlights, reconnect with the Force, gain bonus offense and defense throughout the battle. So, eh. Just a guy with a lightsaber. Fits into multiple teams. Kyle's a Rebel Fighter, and a Jedi. That could be good with JKL. I'll hold my hands up, that seems fun. Kyle's Omicron improves Rebel Fighter and Jedi squads, allowing guilds to make more progress each phase. That sounds fantastic. So, yeah, I like the sound of that bit. Yeah, got this little image as well. I wish they'd do more like that. I'm desperate for images like this with thumbnails, so I love it. Let's have a quick look at these as well, because they've given Omicrons to these two tunes, so let's just see what they're doing. Pop it over here. So, ROLO, Rebel Officer Leia Organa. Her Omicron is a Territory Battles one, which I'm kind of grateful for, because that means it's not a dark side one. But let's have a look. Rebel allies have plus 35% speed. Rebel allies recover 100% health and protection at the start of each encounter. And whenever another Rebel ally is defeated, so you kill one, they get all their health and protection back. When a Rebel ally critically hits an enemy, all Rebel allies gain 5% turn meter, double diffs to their turn. When a Rebel ally is defeated, all Rebel allies gain 100% of that ally's offense, stacking until they're defeated. Wow, okay, that could be a cool one. Because I'm looking at that and I'm... hang on, let me get the chat back up as well. I can't actually see it. I'm thinking to myself there about... Gareth Rebel Pathfinder. You could end up doing a team where you've got him in there, and maybe it wouldn't be a great one, but 3PO and Chewie. Just the idea of someone who you throw in there and say, right, Gareth Rebel Pathfinder dies and can self-revive. You could also put Captain On in, I guess, for revive. So there's a potential there for something that could make that a really heavy-hitting team. Not to mention there's durability, because if they die, they heal up. So, yeah, I kind of like that. It's certainly tempting to give that as an Omicron for Crimson. I'll say that. Sorry, for Temin, not Crimson. The only issue is I haven't really got a point, because Temin's not doing light side Geonosis, so... But yeah, if it was doing light side Geo, that'd be very tempting. Alright, what was the other one? We've got another Omicron, Chief Nebit. We've got the kit reveal as well, so... I'll be honest, there's no Swaggo tag on here, but I'm just nosing at all this. Okay, so I really don't know Chief Nebit's kit, but I'm just going to have a nosy at the Omicron. So it's in Territory Wars. Okay, that could be cool. So the new final text. Droid and Jawa allies gain 30% critical chance and inflict critical chance down for 3 turns on a critical hit. While in Territory Wars, when a Jawa ally deals damage to an enemy, dispel all buffs on that enemy. For each buff dispelled, that enemy is inflicted with a thermal detonator for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled, prevented, or resisted. Yeah, that's pretty cool. When an enemy takes damage from a thermal detonator, Jawa allies recover 5% health and protection, gain 5% turn meter, and there's a 50% chance that that enemy is inflicted with a thermal detonator for 2 turns. Yeah, that'll be a fun one. Fair number of people built up Jawas when Geonosians came to the game. And not to mention, there is a raid team that involves them. Yeah, I mean, Jawas are a kind of thing. I wouldn't say anyone's ever heavily invested in them, except for maybe the top players or those who really fancy them. But yeah, that could really make them punch up a little bit, because they're trying to make Territory Wars a bigger game mode. They put the top rewards in the game behind it. And yeah, I think this is just one way of saying, alright, we're going to try and tempt you into putting something different down on defense, or using on offense. I mean, before this green text, they still were good against certain teams. Like, for instance, if a guild... it wouldn't be the top guilds, this, but if a guild did put down, say, a wall of Geonosians, you could use a group of Jawas if they were well built. Just for the fact that Jawas, even before this, it's the idea that whenever they get hit, they put a thermal detonator on enemies. And Geonosians just damage so many times, or deal damage so many times in one set of turns, that they can have about 30 or 40 thermal detonators on them. So add this in, they become a lot worse. Oh yeah, Jawas were a hard Geo counter. It was only because there were more useful counters that people never really thought, oh yeah, we'll go for Jawas. You can build Treya up or Night Sisters or Empire. But Jawas were always a counter. It's just that only a few people really thought, yeah, I'll build them. But yeah, that new change, the green bit, that could really beef them up a bit because you've got extra bombs, which just means that they build them up a lot faster. You've got the health and protection recovery from whenever enemies take damage from the bombs. So, best way I can describe that: say you're taking a team face the Jawas, or you're facing a team against the Jawas, and they actually get the Jawas down to say low health, they're in the red. If the Jawas take a turn and they detonate the bombs, 5% health and protection for each bomb. If they got 30 or 40 bombs on them, they could get back to full health pretty quickly. So, yeah, that is going to be very tasty. Not to mention all the turn meter that I think I've seen in there. Yeah, the game 5% turn meter, that could be a lot. So, it is going to be fun. It'll be a very fun one, this. Not a big surprise either. I think people were predicting that it would be something to do with adding bombs in. But, yeah, it's going to get a lot more interesting. Oh, I did forget we got the kit reveal. Let's just send that over there. Yeah, Katarn. They've been a bit sneaky as well. They've already announced that Mara Jade's coming. Mara Jade was from the old Legends novels, but for some reason they've skipped Mara and gone to Katarn. Well, actually, I'll correct myself. They haven't announced her officially, but they've leaked it. If you go on the Apple iOS store, her name's on there. So, yeah, what abilities are we looking at? I know I'm looking at the dabs here. So, yeah, he's a TB1. Kyle has an incredible presence in the territory battle game mode. His unique ability, Blue Milk Run, gives a slew of powerful buffs to help you complete the most difficult missions, including bonus protection at the start of every encounter, preventing all bonus turn meter gain from enemies. Bonuses work for both Rebel Fighter and Jedi allies. Okay. Katarn adds 3 new status effects to the game: Jedi Knight, Force Connection, and Force Influence. Okay. Inspiration. The core inspiration of this kit is centered around on capturing the field, playing Katarn and Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast. As your connection to the Force grows, the more powerful you become. Cal's basic ability, this should be interesting, is inspired by his use of both blasters and lightsabers. We of course went with his most signature weapon, the Byrar pistol, for this attack. Kyle's special ability, just a guy with a lightsaber, is inspired by the crazy lightsaber combat in Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast. We pay homage to the backflip and lightsaber throw Kyle could pull off in that game with this ability. I've got to love the ability name there, I've got to say. Kyle's second special ability, Power of the Valley, is known to many of his Force abilities. While we couldn't fit them all in, we did try to put as many as we could, however. We'd be remiss if we made a Katarn kit without mentioning Blue Milk Run. His unique ability has callouts to his fight against the dark side and contains his growing connection to the abilities of fully realised Jedi Knight. Kyle has several callouts to Rebel fighters, which references his time spent fighting for the Rebel Alliance. It also pairs well with the Jedi characters in territory battles, an homage to his Jedi heritage and training. Wanted the character to feel like he really had leveled up the way he does in other games, so when he attains Jedi Knight, both his special abilities gain powerful bonus effects. That could be cool. I like the idea that he's a bit like the Rebel fighter Mon Mothma, as he gets little bonuses if he promotes himself. Tips: he's expected to work well in the Rebel fighter squad that includes Mon Mothma, Pow, HRS, and Cara Dune. Okay, so Biston would be the one to miss out there. Okay. When facing off against Empire teams, try switching out Power for Biggs Darklighter. Makes sense. Biggs doesn't like Empire. Or they don't like him. Kyle's bonus terminator for every rebel fighter will allow you to choose from 3 different powerful starts. Ability blocking a specific enemy, giving your team potency and crit chance up. Or giving your team defense and speed up while inflicting force influence on a specific enemy. Okay, try to call Katarn to assist often to achieve Jedi Knight as soon as possible. Makes sense. That'd be good under JKR, that. Place Katarn with a Mon Mothma lead or a Jedi team that can call him to assist frequently in TB. Okay. I mean, I'll have to have a look at the full kit, but it does seem good on paper. Who was Katarn? He was a famous Force-sensitive rebel operative in the Jedi of the New Jedi Order. First appearance was in Star Wars Dark Forces, a first-person shooter computer game released in 1995. Yeah, I think I'm getting not PTSD, but I'm getting a bit. We're getting a bit of flashbacks to this era, aren't we? He's a Jedi. Why is his relic icon a pistol and not a lightsaber? Kyle is reconnecting with the Force in this version of the character, and his Bi-Rel pistol is the signature weapon you start the game with. What are the requirements and rewards for this legacy tier in his marquee? You'll need both Cal Katarn and Dash Rendar at 5 stars, and you'll get 3 Omicron abilities for. Going forward, the legacy tiers will require the current marquee character and the previous one at 5 stars. Wow. They're essentially saying now you've got to spend twice at a minimum. But yeah, like you can spend say £20 to get your character to 4 stars. That's what some people do normally. But for Dash Rendar, when he came out, they said, right, we're going to make it that you have to spend a certain amount of crystals, which equals money. Take your character to 5-star to get the final tier for some Omicrons. Now they're saying that if you want 3 Omicrons, you're going to have to make sure you did Kyle. Make sure you did Dash. And then do the same to Kyle. So, could be talking 50, 60 quid, easy. Each. That is a lot. I mean, again, I had my eyes open the other day. I was like, wow, some whales and krakens are going to be spending £1,200 on just getting these characters ready for the event. I mean, I still, the way the game goes, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone here. It's just, wow. But yeah. Have a look at these. Alright, this should be interesting. Deal physical damage to target enemy twice. If it's Katarn's turn, inflict ability block for 1 turn, otherwise deal damage a 3rd time. Okay. So that'll essentially be the common one. Just a guy with a lightsaber. Deal physical damage to target enemy twice. If the target has force influence, the 2nd instance damage deals 75% more damage. All allies gain crit chance up and potency up for 2 turns. Okay, so that's the one they were saying would be good for Kara. If you're in Jedi Knight, the 1st instance damage deals 75% more damage, or Rebel Fighter allies recover 50% health and protection. Wow. That could be a big one. Power of the Valley. So that's a Zeta. Dispel all debuffs on all Rebel Fighter allies. Rebel Fighter allies gain defense up and speed up for 2 turns. Or speed up could be a good one for them. Deal physical damage to all enemies and inflict force influence on target enemy for 2 turns, which can't be copied. Okay, that's essentially a way of getting the extra damage for the special. If you Jedi Knight inflict force influence on all enemies, okay, that's good. And then force influence can't assist, counterattack, or gain buffs. Wow. Raid boss and Galactic Legends, it's minus 30% crit chance, counter chance. Okay, not too bad. Yeah, the unique. Personally, he's not a leader. Saying that, you wouldn't really want a leader for either Jedi or Rebel Fighter, so it makes sense. Start of each encounter, Kyle gains 10% turn meter for each other Rebel Fighter ally. Ooh, so he could get out the gate really quick. I mean, full team, he's going to get 50% turn meter out of Matt. Well, saying that, no, Mon isn't one, so he get 40. Still not bad, though. Whenever a Rebel Fighter ally attacks at a turn, they gave 12% offense stacking. Ooh. Oh, until the end of next turn. Okay, I thought that'd be until the end of the battle. I was going to say that would stack high, but okay, that's still good. I mean, when you think, in a current battle, you've got Pow and Biston tend to swap turns a lot. I mean, Pow probably still would if you take Biston out. But yeah, you could end up getting a real load of... it's the idea that you could have Kyle waiting for a turn, or even the other ones waiting for a turn, and that 12% offense stacking can really get up to the 60 fast. I like that. That could be very good. Whenever Katarn attacks at a turn, he gains a stack of Force Connection until the end of battle, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. I'm assuming Force Connection then gives him the Jedi Knight upgrade. So, when Katarn reaches 10 stacks of Force Connection, he resets his cooldowns, loses all stacks of Force Connection, and gains Jedi Knight until the end of battle, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. So, yeah, that makes sense. And attacking at a turn, yeah, he should get that really quick. At the start of the encounter, if the enemy leader is a Sith, Rebel Fighter allies have 50% defense and tenacity, and 25% max health until the end of battle. Oh. So essentially, Palpatine isn't going to be finding it so easy against Rebel Fighters now, or Vader. I'm not saying he still couldn't hold his own, but it's going to be trickier. Force Connection grants units 2% defense and offense. Well, grants Kyle anyway. Okay. Jedi Knight, Katarn, and Rebel Fighter allies gain 50% defense and offense. And this bonus applies to Jedi allies in territory battles. Okay, so let's have a look at the actual Omicron upgrade, which I'm assuming is the territory battles bit. So enemies can't gain bonus turn meter, and Force Influence can't be resisted. While Katarn attacks at a turn, he gains an additional stack of Force Connection, and the bonuses of Jedi Knight all apply to other Jedi allies. At the start of each encounter, all Jedi and Rebel Fighter allies gain 75% bonus protection until the end of the encounter. At the start of each encounter, Katarn gains 10% turn meter for each other Jedi ally. So, I'm reading this. They've tried to make it so that you can use him and say you're beating Jedi, but you can also send him in with Mon Mothma. And to be honest, I think Mon Mothma is probably the way to go. I mean, I'm not saying you couldn't do something with, say, JKR and some scrappy Jedi, but I would say those who are doing well in light side Geo probably don't need another Jedi team. They've probably got the two they like. So I would say, looking at this, that it's just going to really ramp up the Rebel Fighters. I mean, I'm kind of liking this kit. I think it's got some cool little stuff in there. Yeah, I'm kind of impressed there. But, didn't see, I guess. Didn't see. Hey, event calendar. Another one. They're really bombarding us today. I don't mind actually looking at all this because they might actually be putting the GA stuff, which is kind of what I started this for. So, December 21, got Cara Dune as the daily login reward. That's very good. I've got to give them that. Cara Dune was only out last year, so that's a great login reward. Oh yeah, I mean they've been quiet for a couple of days, so this is good in a way. They always do this during December as well, and in the one hand as well, I like it because it gives us stuff to do. Gets me is though. These here. Actually, I'll take it back a little. They're all mythic events, so it's not the worst thing. What gets me a little is the fact that they give you more things to do when you're meant to be spending time with your family. I appreciate the thought, but it's like, I remember last Christmas, it was one of these most likely, like Pieces and Plans, say, or it was one of these events. And I was sitting on the sofa downstairs, it was probably Boxing Day, and my mum was looking at me and I was like, sorry love, I just need to get this done, the rewards are too good to not collect them at the very least. And the thing is, back then it was taking me about 20 minutes to do, so thankfully it's not as tiresome now, but I just look at this and I go, if you haven't completed these, they're asking you to do something on a day when you probably don't want to. But in its defense, I'd say none of them are that time consuming, so maybe that's the... I'm saying that Pieces and Plans, that's actually the BB-8 event, isn't it? Daring Droids R2, Emperor, Thrawn. Yeah, all of these are actually quite good. So I'll take my comments back. They have taken out the assault battles, which it really wound me up last year. I was like, come on, I can't not do them, but yeah, I didn't really want to do them either. Yeah, so creditized droid smuggling, yay. Smugglers run contraband cargo and galactic bounties will receive extra events as well. Now they are worth it. I mean, they're all that's on sim. That is a load of garbage. Smugglers run. That's good for the mods. That's all right if you want some prestige, and that's good for just getting shards of stuff you haven't got. So, except for the droid smuggling, all of that is good. None of them take more than maybe a couple of minutes to do. So yeah, I like that. Grand Arena, they've actually set the start date. Damn. Not coming back until the 13th. Ooh. A long time. Yeah, wow. I haven't got a calendar on here. So that's... We thought it'd be back this week, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they've had a full month off of it. Damn. That is a long time in no Grand Arena. It's going to be 5v5 fleet, which I'm glad about. Well, as far as 5v5, but... Yeah. That is a long time. Worst bit is, they haven't even specified about it. I mean, I'm assuming there's a reason, but they haven't listed it.